Hi, my name is Hayden Keith, and I would like to share with you why I chose to study at NCBC and further my education with them, how the classes and instructors have blessed me so far, and why I would recommend anyone to study at NCBC. A few years ago, I was having a conversation with a friend about my desire to further my education, specifically to study theology and to study the Bible. But I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what schools to look at and what was available for me. As she was a former student at NCBC, she recommended me take a look into what they had to offer. And I did just that and came away with the impression that NCBC has a good balance of scripture study, hermeneutics, and how to live out what we're studying in the classroom. And maybe the most important, they have a heart for those who don't yet know Christ. Alongside this beautiful balance, I noticed that the instructors at NCBC did not all have the same denominational background, which brings a multifaceted perspective on the scriptures, which is something I value. I was initially concerned about how I would be able to be present for the classes as I live outside of the country, but NCBC's distance learning program provides a do it at your own pace and time option with an easy to use website to access the lectures. And the icing on the cake was the fact that NCBC is a mission-minded school. And as a missionary myself, this held a lot of weight and greatly influenced my decision to study at NCBC. And I could say much more about my classes and about the instructors that I've had so far, but one specifically that has really blessed me is Dr. Ray Robles, and the way that he teaches his theology has deeply impacted me and has challenged my theological framework in the very best way. Since studying with NCBC this last year, I feel like I have been reading the scriptures for the first time. I also want to emphasize how much weight the instructors put on our prayer life and being able to apply directly what we learn in class to our lives and to our ministries. I have found that to be true in deepening my prayer life and also being able to apply what I'm learning directly to my cross-cultural ministry. So why should you, if you're considering studying at NCBC, why should others study at NCBC? I would recommend this school to anyone who wants to further their knowledge in the scriptures, living a spirit-filled life and growing in their prayer life. They'll get a balanced teaching of the scripture and being able to study it hermeneutically, to be able to understand it in its original context. And yes, also to be able to apply it to their lives in very practical and transformational ways. You're not going to be overwhelmed with busy work or the workload that the courses give you, but rather you'll be taken on a journey that leads to holistic change in your life and in your ministries. NCBC is a school that works with you where you are at and works for you to grow in your walk with Christ. Thank you for listening to my testimony.